They could put the Akali in the mid lane or the top lane as well. Still unknown until we actually see it in the game, which makes it really interesting. With a Lulu being picked up as their support, there's a lot of flex coming in from Synrgy. There's a lot of CC coming in from the side of Nera. So let's predict. Conway, based on your analysis, top tier stuff, sino ang lamang sa draft na to?
Well, kung titignan natin sa based on my analysis lang to baka sabihin nila, well, I'll go for pitching with the Synrgy Sparks. Having that Lulu. Well, then again, as I said earlier, Wukong, if there's a Wukong sa kabila at meron tayong Lulu dito, kayang-kaya niyang cancel out agad dito si Wukong. So, mawala na sa yung pasok ni Wukong. And meron silang Shyvana. Shyvana can go for the backline. Mahihirapan dito ang Jinx para makapitas dahil nga meron silang Shyvana.
So now, we know very well that based on the draft here, Synrgy Sparks will be playing around that dragon because they want the passive for the Shyvana. At the same time though, that's a Wukong. Wukong diving in with the Cyclone, followed up with a Charm or possibly Hextech Ultimatum, allows for that Glacial Figure to hit and potentially a big hyper carry Jinx. But hold that thought though, there's already an invade coming in from Synrgy going after the Ahri here. They're not going to be able to take down the Ahri. That's going to shove them back. Lots of damage though being dealt to the Ahri and that Corki. So that might be a reset coming in from Synrgy Sparks.
Yes, pero dito makikita natin yung isang advantage dito ng Luna, they have the Braum. So basically, meron sila agad tankish na hero which is yun yung wala sa Synrgy Sparks But, kung makikita din naman natin Synrgy Sparks, they have the Akali and also Gragas na grabe yung damage na kayang gawin sa frontliner nila. So, paring mamula lang sa isa itong Braum nila.
Yep. Perfect. And now, with all things being considered, Conway, napakarami ng potential pagdating sa mga bakbakan dito. Ang tanong nga lang, paano nila ilalabas ang kapangyarihan nila? So far, no invades, no aggression just yet, aside from that 5-man very early on. And then they're going to be going back to the standard. There is a lane swap though, with both Baron laners going to the bot side. Bakit nag-lane swap, Conway?
Well, feeling ko kaya sila nag-lane swap kasi mas makikita nila na mas mahihirapan dito ang Luna Esports if they go for the 2v1 hit sa top side.
Oo, tama. Kaso, ganun din ang inisip.
Yun din ang inisip. Yun din pala inisip na Luna. Basically, parang wala lang. Nag-swap lang sila.
Of the map. Bot side, not so much just yet. Already being taken out by the Wukong is the Scuttler bot. So if Synrgy, if Nera are gonna be able to take that ward there, they will have control over the top side of the jump. But they were not contested at all. So it's a 1-for-1 in terms of Scuttler so far, Conway.
Yep, pero dito makikita natin sa middle side, medyo nagkakaroon ng little skirmish naman. Pero sa top side, Shyvana just keep on jungling na lang dito sa top side natin. Pero dito sa middle lane na naman, magkakaroon natin ng little skirmish naman. Wukong goes for the Scuttler and Shyvana waiting pa din. Ang tagal niya mag-Scuttler. Pero dito, sa top side, again, nahihirapan dito. Medyo blurry kayo sa akin That's why nahihirapan naman. So Izaq, take it away first.
Going with what's happening right now, we're heading into the 3-minute mark. As we get into that point, ultimates are gonna come up. Ultimates that can be used before the 4-minute mark. Oh, that's a flash being used by the Akali. They know that the Akali will not have flash going into the first dragon fight. That's big right now for the side of Nera. But going back to what I was saying earlier, this is gonna be really huge if they actually take out the Akali, knowing that there's no flash. They can force the issue a little bit more here, force Akali to use more skills to make it a non-factor for V5 going into the first Drake. Other than that, looks like it's still pretty passive. Aside from the trade-offs going into the mid lane, not much of a skirmish from the junglers or the ADCs. It's really tough and blurry right now for our end here, but I hope you guys are enjoying the view because it is going to start getting even hotter as we head into the first break of this game. It's 0-0 right now, not a clear lead from any one of these teams, but you're already seeing a reset coming in from Nera. That means they're getting ready for this first Drake For the side of Synrgy Sparks, they're clearing waves and making sure that they have everyone in position for this first fight.
Yep, pero dito nakahanda na rin dito ang Synrgy Sparks. Nandito na sa bottom lane, nag-ready sila for the spawn of dragon, which is not. Now, ito na ang Shyvana nag-ready, pero dito, Ari, bitaw pa nga dito na skill kasama si Brob, pero waiting pa rin tayo. Sino makapagsimula dito ng ating dragon, which is the Lunar Esports. Wala na tayo dito, ready ang Synrgy Sparks, nisilit lang, waiting sa tamang panahon. Okay, napapasok, asa parang kulinan lahat. Ako na Luna, parang di pa rin sa tamang dito. Akali na ito, wati kasama niya ka, Ari, pero no, dito, parang may nakakita dito na Georgia. Oh, aligan guys, kali down there, di pa rin napapakita. Ang pera, no, I was gonna go down together with the Dragas, and yeah, Lunar Esports manages to makuha yung dragon natin at the same time makapitas sa Synrgy Sparks.
Oh, big trade coming in. Corky though not gonna be able to stop right now. Wants to go further, but that hit from the Jinx will finally shove the Corky back. So far so good for Luna Nera. They were able to take control of that fight, get what was needed there, which is the dragon, and then right after that go for some kills if possible. They were not able to kill off everyone, and everyone ended up with low health. But at the end of the day, that was a big trade win coming in from Luna Nera. Now, Conway, considering na panalo dito ang Luna Nera, what the Synrgy Sparks need to do? They're gonna go for that trade, di ba?
Yep, they're gonna go for that trade. The bottom lane tower gusto na lang basagin dahil nga nakuha dito yung dragon at the same time napinas pa sila. So basically, Lunar Nera Esports is having a big advantage right now. So ang kailangan gawin ng Synrgy Esports is to reset their composition ng bawat heroes at the same time find a way para makapunta sa backline. Kasi nangyari kanina dun sa clash na yon, wala na pumunta sa backline nila basta just random clashes na lang. But with Lunar Esports, alam nila yung objective sila. They go for the dragon, then after that saka sila sumabak ng clash.
Yep. 3 for 1 nga yun eh. 3 kills on the side of Luna Nera and only 1 for the side of Synrgy Sparks. They're gonna need to scale up a little bit more, especially since the Shyvana did not get the first passive. That first drink is gonna be big for the side of Luna Nera. But now, it's gonna be Synrgy Sparks trying to start out the Herald here. Corky is in position. He also has the package ready. So if this Corky dives in, it might be a big fight. Oh, that box, they don't think they're coming in. Shyvana wants that. That Shyvana's already gone. Look at the position coming in from Luna Nera. They're just going for it. Taking 1, 2, and 3. Possibly one more. That is sorted. Lulu all alone. Not gonna be able to stop that thing, but with a full 5 man of Luna Nera, they wipe out nearly. Synrgy Sparks are going for the first lane tower top. Big win coming in for Luna Nera.
Grabe yung clash na naganap dun basically out of position ng Synrgy yung nangyari dun eh. So even though kala nila okay na eh, but then again Brob that set of Brob including his skill and also that Lulu sasabayan pa ng Jinx na hindi nila nahuli sa backline basta nakaposition lang sa gilid isa sila napadown at that kick also coming from Jinx.
Exactly, and you're already seeing pressure there. The Herald was summoned immediately to try to attack this mid lane tower. But at the end of the day, big win from Luna Nera means they were able to get the mid and top towers. So now they have control over the side of that map. They're not going to be able to easily contest it, and they can potentially go for another push bot side. So with what's happening here with Synrgy Sparks, they were separated in that fight. And it was really, really hard for the Gragas, the Akali, or especially even the Shyvana to get in with a clumped up comp with the Jinx free hitting.
Yeah, tama din. Pero dito kung makikita kung maano natin, Synrgy Sparks, they have Corky. So basically, Corky needs to find a way to have a better position than Jinx, which is nahihirapan naman siya dahil yung Wukong nila dito, na-dive siya agad eh. So kailangan dito ni Lulu is timing for that Wukong eh.
Yep, for sure. And if the Wukong gets that timing that you were talking about, it might be even more devastating for the side of Synrgy Sparks. Because a Cyclone stopping an advance coming in from Akali, Shyvana, Gragas, or possibly even the Corky is gonna be really difficult, and you're already seeing it right now. It's hard for Synrgy Sparks to contest because there are a lot of people zoning out. So the Wukong gets that uncontested. Cyclone Jinx, they're gonna decide that Shyvana is gonna try to go for it, but it might be a bad idea. And now they're gonna be chasing 3 in for that Jinx. They're gonna go, but it's a turn. It's a big the Jinx and the Ahri trying to run away. They were only able to take out that Shyvana, but a big turn in the mid lane fight allows the Corki, allows the Akali, and now it is Synrgy Sparks fighting back at that fight, going for the mid lane foot, Conway.
Yeah, parang narinig yata ako dito ng Corki. Kung may kita nyo, ang ganda na posisyon ng Corki doon, sasabayan pa ng follow-up niya, Kaligya, napaliktad dito, pero sa mid lane, di pa napapatinag dito, lulong na yung namumula ata, pero napa-out na sila dito. Nakaramdam na merong response, pero yun nga, balik tayo doon sa clash na nangyari kanina. Yung Corki is, ang ganda ng posisyon niya doon, kama pina-follow-up by Akali. So yung turnaround na nangyari doon, even though napasok si Shyvana, napatay siya agad ni Jinx, pero Synrgy has a second plan, meron silang plan B para doon.
Yep, exactly. And not to mention, no, the Camille used the Hextech ultimatum on the Corki, so the Corki was not able to run. But at the same time, the targeting coming in from Luna Nera was on different champions. So that allowed Synrgy Sparks to hard focus one after another, allowing for a big turn in that fight. As the Baron now spawns here, so far in terms of vision, no one has clear control just yet. But as this game goes on, and as the gold lead either diminishes or gets bigger for the side of Luna Nera, this Corki and this Akali are starting to scale. And if a Shyvana gets a dragon or two going into the later stages of this game, it's gonna be harder for Luna Nera.
Yeah, tama ka dun. Tulad nga nasabi natin, if ever, wait lang, dito sa top side, galing, good job by Camille, escaping that, Shyvana and Akali. Pero dito, balik tayo doon, basically, yung kailangan na mag-grid dito ng Luna, backline, kailangan nila maputas dito si Corki. This Corki is, really squishy, ngayon nakakita na kasi siya ng magandang opportunity kung saan siya dapat focus dito, kung saan siya dapat atake. And Camille, even though naka-clutch siya ng Camille, pero not enough para mapatay dito ang Corki.
Exactly. So going back to what we were talking about, is the battle of the APCs. You're seeing the power of Corki and Jinx in action in these team fights, but now Synrgy Sparks, they're starting. They're gonna try to get the drink. The Jinx rocket is gonna connect, but now the Milan trying to fight 5v1. It's gonna be enough. That is Shyvana securing the Baron, but here comes the rest of Luna Nera. Akali's gonna be able to take that one, but Akali is in no man's land right now. Actually gonna get wiped out by the Wukong and the Ahri. Good charm coming in. The rest of Synrgy Sparks get that Baron and run away, leaving the Akali to die. That's still gonna be a win and a good call coming in from Synrgy Sparks, because it's better to lose one than to lose every single one, probably. So with a Baron buff on the side of Synrgy Sparks, what do they need to do now?
Well, kailangan mo ang gawin doon ng Lunar Esport is to defend. That's it. For the meantime, you need to burn that Baron buff dahil malaking advantage na nakuha ng Synrgy Sparks yung Baron buff. At napitas lang naman sa kanila isa eh. They still have the 4 players having that Baron buff. So basically, kailangan nilang mag-reset and then defend and burn the Baron buff of Synrgy Sparks. Sparks, I mean.
This is starting to get really tough. You're already seeing a lot of potential coming in from Synrgy Sparks. They're finding a way into these fights. They're finding a way to actually control the fights now as well, because these members of Synrgy Sparks are getting the right targets. It's starting to get harder for Luna Nera because they need the hyper carry Jinx. The dragon is already up. They could actually go for it, but they're afraid of Luna Nera. They do not want to fully commit just yet. This Infernal thing is gonna be resetting. They're using up a lot of resources right now, but there is an ult on the Shyvana. They can continue pushing this Conway, but a fight might break out.
Pero pinipilit pa rin dito. Pero mamatay ito. Dito talaga ito. Dito ang ukog ng napakalaan niya. Di sana. Pasok sa loob. Ultimate na naman dito. Ang ating ukog-ukog. Pinipilit pa talaga dito. Pagkakamay mo. Meron sa side. Pinipilit pa rin talaga dito. Mga katakas ganito. Akali side is next. Pero dito si Jake. Dito pa. Sinisay pa. Pero dito hindi pa natatapos. Branas goes in. Napakay dito ang pro. Napa-out agad dito. Ang Lunar Esports. Pero nakuha nila ang Dragon. Ang nakakuha Synrgy ba? Synrgy, diba?
Synrgy nakakuha.
Synrgy pala, na nakakuha. So, which is successful pa rin. Coming from Synrgy, having that Baron buff, having that Infernal Drake Dragon, which is one of the important dragon dito sa Wild Rift. Dahil nga, meron silang increase of physical and ability damage. So, big advantage coming from Synrgy Sparks.
Absolutely. Because now at this point, we know that this Shyvana has the buff that she needs. There was a lot of damage. You saw the Jinx cannon hitting that Drake. It was not enough to take it down immediately. The jungler Wukong is actually trying to steal it away, but that smite coming in for that Shyvana now has the passive for that big bad flame breath. That flame breath will now deal true damage, and that's not something you want on a Shyvana who's been frontlining. This is gonna enable the Akali and Corki even more, because now you also need to address the issue of that Shyvana. So, who's the target now for the side of Luna Nera, Connie?
Well, ang pinaka-kailangan gawin din ng Luna Nera is timing din. Kailangan ng Luna Nera timing na hintayin na lang kung actually yung Akali and then yung Shyvana, and then start out, then pilitin nilang bumalik ulit para wala na. Kasi once the Shyvana goes in, then walang nangyari, yun na yung pagkakataon ng Luna Esports para bumawi at makapunta sa backline nila para makamab yung nangyaring clash.
Tama. And ngayon iisipin natin, no? Elder can be contested. Second Baron is up right now. They can go for that take or they can go for a pick off first, but the lives of the junglers right now are going to be very crucial. If this Shyvana or this Wukong dies, that's an immediate signal for any of these teams to start this Baron, because there is no smite contest coming in from one of the junglers. But now, they're still trying to fight down, get the vision going, making sure they have control of that river. Luna Nera has the scuttler on that side. So you're already seeing vision here for the side of Luna Nera. They have control of the rivers here based on their position. But now, let's actually go ahead and have a look at the vision here for Synrgy Sparks. They have some vision in the river bushes, but that's not going to be enough considering they don't know what's inside the pit just yet. Aside from that one ward staying inside that Baron, other than that, they don't have a clear position or knowledge of where the rest of Luna Nera is.
Yes, so basically, kailangan gawin ito ng synergy. Base, sinabi mo, is kailangan nila ng more vision, more wards. Pero kasi kung makikita natin, halos lahat sila ng sleeper eh. Sila nila lumisan, pero dito nila nagawa. Dito ang ating ay partner na dito pa Lula mga pag-goodbye na unstoppable coming from Jinx. Wow, what a play. 2-man downside ng Synrgy, and this is turnaround coming from Luna. Mukhang gusto na nilang makapag-baron dito.
That is bad, Conley. Of all the targets, Luna Nera were able to get the Lulu and the Corki. Now it's gonna be all up to the Shyvana to make the Hail Mary. Gonna be breaking out. The CA is gonna be popped out at Shyvana, but they've already taken out 1, 2, taken 3, taken another 1. That is a big L on that fight for the side of Synrgy Sparks. Luna Nera going strong with that Baron buff. It was a split push from the Gragas bot side, but now with a Baron enabled team for Luna Nera, they can continue to go for this Elder Drake. If they secure this is bad news for Synrgy Sparks. How can they actually contest this, Conway? They're still on the way.
I think nahihirapan sila mag-contest na. Stuck na sila sa middle lane. Mamatapatuloy na itong atak Elder Dragon. Tititin kaya nilang mag-contest. Eto na, papunta rito ang ating Synrgy. Here comes the wrong. Here comes the pattern dito. Dito talaga. Pagkatang dito. Delikado kayo ng Gragas Brigade. No. Kuyari. And another one dominated coming from Jinx. Stuck dito ni Lulu. And now, Luna Nera Esports is dominating this game. Turn around talaga yung nangyari kanina. Goals mo na middle lane. Dito mag-defend dito ni Cortez. Kasama ni Shyvana, kasama ni Akali. Kakayanin niya, but no. Blue team, Luna Nera is trying to finish this game as soon as possible.
That play coming in from Luna Nera was a big deal. Getting the Corki and the Lulu move, they could get that Baron. Forcing a fight with the Shyvana who ended up dead in that last fight in Baron. After that, with the cooldowns or the death timer on that Shyvana, that enabled Luna Nera even more, getting that Elder Drake uncontested. Now with an Elder Drake, now with a Baron buff as well, they push the issue, they get the mid lane tower. Now they can go for one, split up the members of Synrgy Sparks. It is going to get harder to defend for Synrgy here. The question is, can they still find a way to defend?
Well, for me, yeah, there's still a way to defend. Pero medyo mahihirapan lang sila kasi kung makikita natin ngayon, wala pa rin silang vision sa mapa nila. wala pa rin. Kapos sa wards, kapos sa pag-sweep, pero dito sa middle lane, magkakaroon ng little skirmish, but yep, the killing spree coming from Ari. And yeah, back to the top naman tayo. Teka lang, may isa pa. Akali! Ito na, kulong na ata. Delegado kayo, 1v3. Simulated tumakas dito na Akali. Pero no. Pero yes, successful ata. Pero no, sabi ni Brom, batuhan muna kita ng jet dyan sa taas.
Oh my god, the Brom. Let's play. No Akali, no Lulu. It's working out. Shyvana, they need to try to defend, but it's not even gonna happen. The Dragon's Descent did not channel in time, and that is game 1 going to the side of Nera Esports. Indonesia showing up. What a game number 1 so far, Conwy. Let's actually break it down and figure out what went wrong for Synrgy and what went right for the side of Nera. Conwy?
For me, yung nangyari sa Synrgy Esports is out of composition. Una, nakuha na nila eh. Nakuha nila lang composition nila, but then again, masyado silang scattered out eh. So, kung makikita natin dito, when it comes to middle game na kanina, yung